The sinister doppelganger under the bed. As I tucked my son into bed, he looked up at me with wide eyes and whispered, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I smiled and played along, knowing it was just his way of seeking reassurance. I crouched down and peered under the bed, pretending to search for any lurking creatures. But what I saw there sent a shiver down my spine. There, huddled in the shadows, was another version of my son. His eyes were filled with terror, his small body trembling uncontrollably. He whispered, barely audible, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." My heart raced as I turned my gaze towards my son's bed. My breath caught in my throat as I saw a figure, barely distinguishable in the darkness, sitting on the edge. It was a twisted, distorted version of myself, wearing a wicked grin that stretched unnaturally across its face. A wave of dread washed over me, my mind unable to comprehend what was happening. My son clutched onto my arm, tears streaming down his face as he pleaded, "Daddy, make it go away." Summoning every ounce of courage, I stepped back, my eyes fixed on the doppelganger on my son's bed. Its grin widened, revealing rows of sharp, pointed teeth, and its eyes glowed with an unnatural, malevolent light. It raised a twisted, elongated finger and pointed directly at me, its voice echoing with a haunting whisper, "You cannot save him." Fear consumed me as I desperately searched for a way to protect my son. Without warning, the doppelganger lunged forward, vanishing into thin air. The room fell silent, and I let out a shaky breath, relieved that the nightmare had seemingly ended. But as I turned to comfort my son, a chilling realization struck me. His eyes were still filled with terror, and he whispered in a quivering voice, "Daddy, he's behind you." My heart froze as I slowly turned around, dreading what I would see. There, standing in the doorway, was a distorted, grotesque version of myself, covered in darkness and exuding a menacing aura. It reached out a shadowy hand towards me, its voice dripping with malice. "I've come for you, Daddy." In that moment, I knew there was no escape. The lines between reality and nightmare blurred as the monstrous doppelganger lunged forward, and darkness consumed everything, leaving only the echoing cries of my son behind.